champions to remain in realistic contention. I'm Tim Long, welcome to the Spanish coast. Spain have been one of the stories of each of the first two windows of qualifying, losing games on home soil. They're now just 1 and 2. And earlier in this group today, we saw Israel beat Poland to remain perfect and officially stamp their ticket to Eurobasket 2022. That result sees them clear at the top at 4 and 0. Poland fall to 2 and 2, but will only get a little nervous if Romania cause an upset in this one tonight. A win this evening would actually see Spain qualify and leave Romania hanging by a thread. But if Spain get upset for the third straight game, it would really open things up for the third and final window in February. Romania being introduced 0-3 so far. They put in a spirited performance against Spain in game 1, but fell just short against the world champions, losing by 13. In that first meeting between the two, they hit 9 of 19 for 47% from the arc. Rebounded the ball well, committed 17 turnovers though. And they allowed Spain to shoot really high percentages. 59% on the inside. Game 2, they lost by 24 in Israel, only down by 9 after 30 minutes, but then got beat big in the final quarter. Turnovers and shooting the problem. And then in game 3 here on Saturday, they lost by 30 to Poland, bad shooting and 20 turnovers. And a horrible start. They lost the first quarter 7-24. Romania, they will need to start better against this Spain team here tonight. Spanish side led by Sergio Scariolo, and who's led them to their 3 Eurobasket gold medals, most recently in 2015. But they've got some work to do here if they're to get back to the big stage again. They're just 1 and 2 so far. They started with a 71-84 win in Romania, gradually building up a significant lead in that one. Through most of their damage on the inside, where they shot that 59%, but they grabbed more offensive rebounds, had fewer turnovers as well to create extra possessions and extra shots. 3 days later, though, a big shock, losing here on Spanish soil to Poland in Zaragoza, 69-80. They were forced to the outside in that one and shot a poor 6 of 26 for just 23% on the perimeter. They won the offensive rebounding count 17-7, but committed an abysmal 23 turnovers to actually take fewer shots in the game. And then on Saturday here, nothing too wrong with the offense, but their defense allowed Israel to come back from 18 down to score 59 points in the second half and win it by 8. They allowed their opponents to move the ball for 22 assists and to shoot 62% inside and 52% on the perimeter, knocking down 12 threes, 10 of which came after half-time. They need to be tighter on the defensive end tonight.
Y con todos nosotros el himno nacional de España.
Spain are the world champions, winning gold for a second time last year in China when they beat Argentina by 20 in the final. Gold medalists in Japan in 2006 as well. Three-time European champions, all in the last decade, all under the current coach. What a challenge for Romania in what is surely a must-win game for them here tonight. To look at your officiating team for this Game Day 4 contest here in Group A. Romania have qualified for the Eurobasket on 18 occasions, although their best performances are back in the 50s and 60s. They've gone 3 decades without qualifying for the tournament before playing at the last edition in 2017 as one of the 4 co-hosts, along with Israel, Turkey and Finland. They lost all 5 of their games in the competition. For Tudor Costescu and his team, it is mission improbable, not quite mission impossible just yet. Look at their starting 5. Jordan Watson will be key for them. 35-year-old American-born point guard, as will the 23-year-old centre Emmanuel Katse, who's averaged a double-double so far over 3 qualifiers. Tudor Costescu is the head coach, and the head coach at club side Dinamo Bucharest as well. Spain, can they bounce back? Incredible to think they've lost their last 2 qualifiers, and both on home court, in Zaragoza against Poland, and then here just a couple of days ago against Israel in such dramatic circumstances in Valencia. Up by 18 points in that one, by 16 at half-time, and the Israelis shot the lights out in the second half to win it. Perez, Diaz, Brizuela, Guerrero, Pino and Bayram, the starting 5 for them. Plenty of talent, of course, to come off the bench as well. Tyson Perez had 7 points, 6 rebounds on his first qualifiers appearance. Started the last game as well. Kino Colom was the star in the game for Spain on Saturday for coach Sergio Scariolo's team, despite defeat. He'll come off the bench tonight, Colom. Had 24 points, 5 assists against Israel with just the 1 turnover. They've got a mix of experience and youth, players who should be able to finish the job and qualify for Eurobasket 2022. But the way these qualifiers have gone, you can take absolutely nothing for granted. And he'll certainly be thinking that. A lot of work to do for the man who led Spain to gold in 2015, 2011 and 2009. As experienced as they come, both here and across the pond as an assistant in the NBA. Here in Spain, he's been able to navigate Real Madrid and Malaga to Spanish league titles. It's an illustrious, long list of achievements from coach Scariolo. It would be a huge blemish on his record if they didn't make a major tournament as the world champions, but that's a long way off yet. Romania would have to cause an almighty upset. He has had his contract extended, coach Scariolo, to the 2024 Paris Olympics. Romania, to be fair, aren't expected to win and not expected to progress, so they will try to play without pressure and hope that that leads to freedom. Perhaps a little tension in the Spanish ranks. They're ranked 54th in the world, Romania, set to take on the world champion Spain. It is just about it for them. They need one of the all-time great performances and upsets to keep their flame flickering on the path towards FIBA Eurobasket 2022. But their opponents have hardly caught fire in this qualifying campaign. Romania don't have to look far for inspiration. On a weekend that's been littered with upsets, they don't even have to look outside of their own group or beyond the team that stand in front of them tonight. Poland and Israel have shown this Spanish side is far from invincible. This would have to be the biggest upset of the lot, but Romania have to believe in Valencia tonight. An early foul on Jordan Watson. His only previous appearance of this campaign coming in game 2 when he had 9 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds with just the 1 turnover. Didn't play a couple of days ago. Spain looking for the first score then. Far side of the paint, going to work. Little baby hook that falls, delightfully so, for Javier Beiran. Watson. Key player for Romania, who will not want to pick up a second foul, having committed the foul in the opening seconds here. Tough shot on the reverse. And here comes Spain. Brizuela. A positive start is vital for Romania. Alberto Diaz taking the ring road around the defense. They just want to plant that seed of doubt. It will, to some extent, already be in the Spanish minds, but eradicating it, Alberto Diaz with a beautiful shot, fouled by Katse. A chance at a three-point play. One of Spain's talented young stars, the 26-year-old who was the Euro Cup Finals MVP when he led Malaga to the title in 2017. He's joined the squad for this second window. And he played the 15 minutes on Saturday. He starts with a bang here, as he did, to be fair, 2 nights ago when he threw the alley-oop pass for Tyson Perez's remarkable dunk with the opening possession. Spain by 5. Deep 3 for Romania doesn't go. And this could get ugly for them in the opening minutes. Stop and pop 3, Brizuela, no. Big offensive rebound for Perez, back out it goes, and a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Brizuela again. Oh, had it taken off him, and a chance in transition for Romania. Straight to the basket, doesn't go down, nothing will go for them right now. They're not making the most of the opportunities they have, and in transition, a wide open 3 that rims out. Perez, he misses the follow. And Romania are playing with fire at the moment and just about surviving. Watson. Can they slow it down, dictate the tempo, try and steady themselves here? Diaz, tenacious defense. He gets away though to the far side, creates the open 3 as well, but they're just not hitting any of their shots. I feel they need to play a near perfect game here to get the win against Spain. Thankfully, Spain aren't shooting the ball too well. It remains just a 5-point advantage. Romania still can't hit though. Plenty of shots in the opening 2.5 minutes, but absolutely nothing going for the team in yellow. Alberto Diaz, bounce pass. Tough shot, wild over the hoop, secured by Werner. And they finally get up and running here. Watson. Has to balance the sideline, almost turned it over to Tyson Perez. And look at that effort down on the deck to poke it to Perez. Can he score? Not quite, but he'll go to the line. Alberto Diaz, I think it was, down on the floor far side. A huge hustle play for Spain, showing how much they want it here. And that's the difference between a potential 7-point lead and Romania maybe getting the ball and a score and closing the gap to 3. Spain have the greater quality, we know that. Romania have to match their hustle at the very least. A couple of foul shots for Perez. And Spain start with the first 7 points. They've missed a few good looks as well. They've only shot 2 of 7 from the field. Romania at 0 of 5. Can they finally get on the board? It's Watson trying to get away from Diaz. High off the window, got it with a foul. Jordan Watson not giving up hope. despite the tenacious defense again from Diaz. He was tracked all the way, used his low center of gravity to bully his way towards the basket, and then showed his quality, having already showed his character. Romania up and running. It's taken nearly 3.5 minutes. Guerrero Pino to the far side. Lane opens up to attack and to kick. Diaz gets the defense in the air. Nice bit of footwork, steps to the side. Three-point shot doesn't go down. Again, another good look on the perimeter for Spain. 0 of 3 now. In fact, make it 0 of 4. High off the window, rejected by Guerrero Pino. Still Romania ball. Everything going through Jordan Watson. Plenty of time remaining on the shot clock. Werner trying to get free, far side. It's a deep inbound, and Tyson Perez has the freedom of Valencia to fly. A costly turnover. Perez rubbing salt in Romania's wounds. That is what Romania can ill afford at this stage. 4 minutes in, they trail by 6. Need to take care of the ball better. Katsu recovers far side, up against Guerrero Pino. The Spanish defense not budging here. Tough shot again in traffic. And it didn't hit the rim, so a shot clock violation on Bogdan Popa, who wasn't aware. That's the turnover. Tyson Perez getting in behind Popa and then going to the heavens. Recovered far side, rejected. Romania not waving the white flag despite their torrid start. And another rejection, back by Perez this time. Here comes Spain, saying to Romania, anything you can do, we can do too, and do even better, as Perez goes up to score. He's got the last 4 points. In style as well. Spain lead by 8. Midway point of the first quarter. Machuca moving it on into the center to Katse, and the foul on Perez. Spain's second foul, Romania have 3. Miguel Dragoste comes in for Romania. To the bench for Spain goes Guerrero Pino. There's the block from Tyson Perez, smothering midair, following the block from Manuel Katse. Both centers stepping up to the plate on defense. They need these free throws from Katse because from the floor they're just 1 of 8. That one was well short. Diaz. Spain by 7, 4.5 to play in the first. Bayran. One-on-one with Watson, far edge of the paint, spinning baseline. Pass to the near side, Brizuela. Couldn't quite shake off the defense, but he's still got it to go. Dario Brizuela with a beauty. He only shot 1 of 8 from the field en route to 10 points on Saturday against Israel. He's given Spain a double-digit advantage in under 6 minutes here. Watson. Katse wants to take on his fellow big man, and Ortega says, not in my house. He rejects the ball against his own backboard, ignites the transition offense, and the stop and pop 3, back-to-back triples for Brizuela, and Spain have taken charge. They lead by 13. A dominant opening 6 and a bit minutes, and we will go to the benches for a timeout call by Tudor Costescu.
They are wide open, they were missing, but they are wide open in every transition. They don't even play 5 on 5. Run back and match up and cover the ball at all costs. We go back in the paint and we open the 3-point line like in juniors, guys. We need to match up quicker, doesn't matter the match up. Don't give the jump shots on transition. Okay. One time in the pick and roll, Raresh, now. You say, no, down.
Well, here's the block from Ortega, denying Katse. Brizuela, stop and pop, gets it to drop for the second time in quick succession. We've had a bit of a block party here in the first quarter. Before that, we had back-to-back blocks, one at both ends. But on both occasions, it's Spain who have been able to build off that defense and launch some offense. 17-4, what a start for Spain. Could have been many more as well. They've missed some good looks. They're only shooting 6 of 13 from the field. So they're in cruise control already. Off the back of the timeout, can Romania summon something? Just one field goal so far, and they get their second. Juarez Uta catching the ball as it was thrown over the hoop and converting. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Romania can't think about the size of the deficit now. They just have to play hard on each play and hope to eat into it. There's plenty of time, of course, to do that. Brizuela this time drives baseline, floats one over the top of the shot blocker, Uta. Brizuela is putting on a clinic. 2 threes. And then the gorgeous floater for 8 points. In fact, make it 10. Stats late updating. That's his second 2. Watson. It's a 13-point lead again. Splitting a couple of defenders, getting through a gap and getting the roll around Morel Dragoste. Alberto Diaz, 11-point margin then. Tyson Perez guarded closely, hands it off on the perimeter. Ortega running interference, setting the high screen. Very congested in there, they still get the shot away. It's batted up into the air, they have to take care of their backboard. Romania, it leads to the open 3, that's way off the mark though, to the right of the basket. Spain call for the cavalry. That's an ominous sight for Romania to see the likes of Kino Colom come into the ballgame. Colom, who had 24 points and 5 assists against Israel. Shot 9 of 17 from the field, only turned the ball over once on this court a couple of days ago. It's the 3rd foul on Spain, called away from the ball. 32 now, Kino Colom. Played with Valencia here in this city in the EuroLeague last season. He's not played yet this season, though, in that competition. Romania trying to make it a single-digit game at least here. Will this one drop? It will. Another one bounces around, the soft touch finish. It falls for Romania, and they have closed the gap down to 9. Having trailed by as many as 13. First basket for Lucas Toherten. He's just come in, 21-year-old point guard, wearing the number 1 for Romania. Here's the basket from Toherten. Really lovely finish. He only shot 2 of 11 from the field across the 2 games in the first window, but then scored 10 points on Saturday here against Poland when he shot 3 of 7, had 3 assists and a steal in that game as well. 4th foul on Romania has gone on Dragoste. And there's the 5th, so Spain will go to the foul line to try and take this back to double figures. Ball illegally ripped out of the hands of Lopez Arostegui, who had 13 points, 6 rebounds and 3 steals in that defeat to Israel here. Shot 3 of 4 from the perimeter. Very good shooter, he knocks down both foul shots. Spain by 11. Toherton handing off to Grasu. Toherton again gets free for the 3, can't make it count though. Romania have to hit those kind of shots when they get into that kind of position, and they're in this kind of position in the ball game, down by 11. Final minute of the first approaching. Lopez Arostegui probing, looking to penetrate, and fouled by Toherton, so he'll go back to the line for the second time in quick succession. Romania, by the way, are 0 of 4 on the outside now after that open miss from Toherton. Lopez Arostegui, very impressive for Badalona in the Euro Cup this season. He's averaged 12.8 points, 4.4 rebounds. Shot the ball superbly, 68% inside and 40% on the perimeter. Had that big game a couple of nights ago here. Only played 5 minutes in the first window back in February. 4 of 4 from the stripe here tonight. Spain back up by 13 to tie the largest lead. Final minute of the first. Screen set by Uta. Toherton around it, guarded by Colom. To Uta, surrounded by red jerseys, gets it away. Can't get it to drop though. Colom, no look bounce pass, gets it back. And they resist the temptation to pull the trigger. Lopez Arostegui does though, he misses. Offensive rebound and the stick back for Jonathan Barreiro. His second appearance of this campaign after 9 minutes in game 2 against Poland. There's a wrestling match down on the deck. Romania emerge with the ball and a good scoring opportunity. The Moral Dragoste takes full advantage of. A rare bucket for them. His first of the game. The lead had momentarily been at a game-high 15. Final few seconds here. Colom to the elbow, feeds it in, and the dunk for Victor Arteaga. Spain in control, in the driver's seat, in overdrive in Valencia tonight. End of the first quarter. They lead by 15, 27-12 against Romania. 7 of 11 on the interior, Spain, despite some questionable three-point shooting. Romania have just struggled from all over the floor. A tough couple of qualifiers in a row for Spain, being upset here against Israel a couple of nights ago and against Poland back in the first window in Zaragoza, but they're putting things right here tonight. Alberto Diaz set the tempo early on. Doing it on defense as well that time. Jordan Watson got the better of him, but Spain have stuck to their defensive tasks, been tenacious at both ends of the floor, highlighted by the block there from Guerrero Pino. Several other blocks as well, and forced turnovers that time. Tyson Perez on the breakaway, throwing it down, the two-fisted jam. A couple of threes for them, but most of their damage being done on the interior. Brizuela's got both of their three-pointers. He leads Spain in scoring with 10 points. Points hard to come by for Romania. Nobody's got more than the 4 of Rares Uta. Remember to get your hands on the official Eurobasket app. All of the live games, stats, highlights available to download for free. It's an absolute must-have. Spain by 15. Romania start the second with the ball. Gabia across to the far side. Bounce pass through a couple of defenders. Wouldn't quite drop Baruta, but there was a foul. He'll go to the line. Nice play off the restart this. Drawn up in the gap between quarters by coach Costescu. Nice play that's not been rewarded though. First foul shot off the mark for Muta, the 22-year-old, 2 meters 10 centre. Misses both. Colom. Around the high screen, throwing it back overhead, picked off, a chance to catch up with it on the near side, but agonisingly out of reach for Tudor Gabia. Tough to take when you're playing against a team of Spain's quality, who've made such a flying start, and then you can't even get the breaks. Stop and pop three for Colom off front iron. Offensive rebound again. Jonathan Barrero. Romania have the tools to protect their backboard far better than they are doing. Coast to coast quick offense from Dragoste to clatter into the advertising board and earn a trip to the foul line. Maybe took out a cameraman too. Spain just grabbing their 5th offensive rebound on that previous possession. Romania have only grabbed 10 defensive boards, so Spain have just about matched Romania on the Romanian backboard. Can't even take care of business at the stripe at the moment. 3 of 7. Spain by 16. Into a packed paint and picked off. 3 on 2 momentarily for Romania. No look bounce pass to the far side. Can they get a 3 to go for the first time? No. Offensive rebound for them though. Over the top of the shot blocker, and the score for Uta. The 2 was there to be taken in transition. They tried to upgrade to a 3. Got the 2 in the end off the offensive board. Colom, 14 points the gap. Colom into traffic, drawing the attention of the defense like moths to a flame and dishing off for the score. Ortega makes it a 16-point game again. So Hurton going through the gears on the burst to the basket and scores. Nice play by the 21-year-old. Romania determined just to try and hang in the fight in what has been such a difficult first half here in Valencia. They can't allow this lead to grow by too much if they're to have a chance. And Ortega, offensive rebound again, puts it in. It's now 6-6 between the two teams on the Romanian backboard. There's one for Romania though, on the Spanish backboard. A fresh 14 on the shot clock. 16 points the gap here. Would have to have taken a remarkable finish from Dragoste to finish from there, going underneath the hoop at pace. Manuel Katse comes in. Back off the Romanian bench, a man born in Bucharest, but he spent his whole professional career, in fact, here in Spain. Starting with Real Madrid and now with Murcia. Shot clock winding down. 3-point shot to Hurton. Doesn't go. Rebound grabbed by Lopez Arostegui. Colom. They could make this the largest lead of the night here. Kino Colom dancing through the defense and scoring. Spain by 18. Plenty of concern etched on the face of coach Costescu. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Spain pulling away. That's a nice flash to the basket and the score as well off the bounce pass through the gap. Now Dragoste's injected a bit of energy into the offense. 5 points for him now. Recovered over on the far side by Lopez Arostegui. Jovet to Colom. Jovet rolls inside, gets it on the bounce pass from Colom. Forced away from the basket, but he gets the baby hook to drop over the top of his opposing centre. Spain by 18 again. So Hurton back out. They desperately need a three. They still can't get it. They're 0 of 7 on the outside. Way off from Radu Werner. And who shot 5 of 11 from the field against Poland here on Saturday. Colom trying to turn it round the corner and a foul. First foul of the second quarter on Romania. Maybe make the argument their defense hasn't been tenacious enough either, given it's taken 4 minutes to pick up a foul. It's Hurton's second personal though, so he's going to go to the bench. Colom up against Watson. Goes around via the screen of Jovet, who receives it on the bounce pass, or very nearly did, but a great job from Watson to recover and get his fingertips to it. Only 4.3 left on the shot clock. Colom to inbound. Gets it into Barrero. Hotly contested three. And a foul. As they try and grab the rebound, it's on the defense. Foul is on Katse. I'm not sure Jovet was going to be able to reel it in on the baseline. Katse let him off the hook. His second as well. Colom escapes this time, tries to dish it off. Great job from Romania to get back and block the passing lanes on the inside. Werner, mid-ranger, gets it to go. Romania closed the gap to 16. They need to finish this first half strong to stand any kind of a chance. Colom. Francis Alonso, the number 3, is in the game. A real hot shot shooter, the 24-year-old on the move here. Comes away, off the screen, three-point shot doesn't go for him. He's been shooting at 52% from three-point range in the Euro Cup this season. Here's Popper. And a foul on the floor before the shot. Spain's third foul of the second. We're just about at the midway point of the second quarter. Spain have been in control from the outset. Second foul on Popper. It was called on the offense here. Let's have a look. They've called it an offensive foul. And that's a Romania turnover. And it goes from bad to worse for the team in yellow. Their third foul. Spain still on 2. Alberto Diaz, man who plays with Francis Alonso at Malaga. Diaz again swings it around the corner to his club teammate. Onto the near side, Barrero. And a foul on Dragoste. Romania are at 4 fouls, just over the midway point of the second. There's a long way to go before half-time. Any further fouls from their defense will send the Spanish offense to the foul line. Those 4 fouls have come very quickly. It was only just over a minute ago that they picked up their first. Diaz with a deep inbound. Jovet hands it back to the point guard, Alberto Diaz. Prodding and probing. To the elbow, back to the far side. Diaz again. Shot clock down to the final 4. Bounce pass on the fall, down to Francis Alonso, who drills it from deep at the buzzer. He's becoming one of Europe's elite shooters. And he shows what he's all about there. Spain by 18 again, tie the largest lead. Katse won't shoot the outside shot, so Spain back off him. He's looking for a handoff. Watson trying to get through a gap, poked away from the side by Diaz. Here comes Spain in transition. Barrero. And 2 foul shots for him. A chance for Spain to take the lead to 20. The 2 Malaga men combining. to deadly effect. Diaz on the way down with the pass. It was still perfect, as was the shot from Francis Alonso. Bar perhaps the positioning of his feet, because one of them was just stood over the line, so it was a two-pointer rather than a three, but Spain don't particularly care at this point. They're in cruise control. Jonathan Barrero missing the free throw. Spain's first miss at the line, having hit their first 7. 23-year-old forward who's playing a small role in the Basketball Champions League this season with Zaragoza. Gets the second, so this is the largest lead of the night at 19. Barrero has 5 points. Telherton back in on 2 fouls. Guarded by Alonso. Telherton looking to the near side, connecting with Watson, who can't connect with the net. Diaz working behind his teammate Llovet. The handoff here to Alonso. Taking on Telherton into the paint, trying to show what he can do on the inside as well, but that one not quite banked in by Francis Alonso. Jordan Watson. Reeled in by Katse. And then he's fouled before the shot. Only Spain's 3rd foul of the second quarter. It's not looking good for Romania, but if they could finish with a strong 3 minutes, you never know. This is certainly the tipping point. They cannot let Spain's lead balloon any more than this kind of mark, and ideally Coach Costescu and his team would want to get it closer to 10 before half-time. Tyson Perez back in for Spain. So Telherton to inbound, finding Watson. The 2 guards on the floor at the same time, connecting. Goes around the screen of Katse, pulls the trigger on a 3. And they miss again. Romania yet to hit a 3-pointer. They're 0 of 9 now. Spain looking to stretch the lead beyond 20, and they'll get the chance to do so from the foul line. The foul on Radu Werner. Excruciating to watch from the bench. Not for him. Javier Beiran is there, the 33-year-old who was a Basketball Champions League winner with Tenerife in 2017. Misses the second. So 20 points is the margin. Lucas Telherton. Werner. Into Katse. He has set his feet. Kick back out. 3-point shot. Halfway down. Back out again. They're 0 of 10 on the outside. Even when it looked like it might go, it didn't. They created the good look, but they have had no luck here in Valencia tonight. Diaz. Francis Alonso to the elbow, regathers, turns around quickly and gets it off one leg. Francis Alonso, the sharpshooter, showing his range and his ability inside and out. 2 minutes of the second to play. Timeout called by Romania.
Watch out, everybody post up. They start the post up from here. They start the post up and they keep on dribbling. Don't bump them. Attack them somehow. Make them dribble and attack. They bring all the time us, everyone. 9 meters in post up. It's not acceptable. Attack them. You play free stop now. Bogane unde ești? Fă de marcaj bun, te rog, vino de jos. Să jucăm free stop ca lumea. Emi, cine e aici? Măciucă, timing bun.
Francis Alonso gathered it in when it looked like the ball had got away from him, and how quickly did he get the shot away here on the turn, just to elevate off one leg. And that comes after the long-range 2 with a hand in his face to beat the buzzer. The pass from his club teammate. Down on the deck, Alberto Diaz. Spain have been electric on offense and diligent on defense. Over the first 18 minutes, they lead by 22, which is the largest lead of the game. Watson, guarded by Diaz, a really tenacious defender. Watson to the corner, back out. They'll take another three. It's another miss. Diaz dropped the rebound, able to recover on the baseline though. Romania 0 of 11 from three-point land. Foul away from the ball handler, right in front of the baseline official. It's going to be more free throws for Spain. It's all gone horribly wrong for Tudor Costescu and his team. 30-point defeat to Poland here on Saturday. They shot the ball badly in that one, as they have done again here in the first half. They've protected it much better. They had 20 turnovers 2 nights ago. They've only had 5 in this first half, Romania. They just can't shoot. They've struggled to keep Spain's many offensive weapons under wraps as well. Three-point shot, Machuca 0 of 12 from three-point range. The tips, they won't go from Popper either. They can't buy a point right now. Quarterback pass from Diaz to Tyson Perez, but he couldn't convert. Spain still emerged with the ball. Dario Brizuela, double figures for him in the first quarter. Twisting and turning here in the second. Mid-ranger off the mark, rebound Watson. Fourth foul on Spain with 64 seconds of the first half to play. Romania have scored just 9 points here in the second quarter in as many minutes. Brizuela still leads Spain with those 10. Turned over by Romania, and here comes Spain. 3-on-1 overhead pass, found its way to the one yellow shirt there. Watson, can they make the most of it? They try and kick to the corner for the three when it was there to be attacked at the basket for Machuca. The 19-year-old turns it over. Romania really not helping themselves. Fizzed pass, far side, three-point shot doesn't go. Romania rebound. Final 30 seconds of the second. Here comes Machuca again. This time finds Watson on the far side. Wide open on the foul line. Katse can't convert. Diaz. Shot clock turned off, so he'll take his time and try and conjure the final opportunity for Spain in what has been a very good first half for them. Brizuela moving it on. Tyson Perez on his route to the rim fouled and will go to the line for 2 with 2.3 to play. Very dynamic around the rim. Tyson Perez, 24-year-old centre, highly athletic. As we saw in that remarkable alley-oop dunk with the opening score against Israel. And Spain lead by a whopping half-time margin over Romania, 24 points. Those expressions on the Romanian bench tell the story better than I ever could. Coach Sergio Scariolo's Spain are in cruise control on the Spanish coast, 45-21 at the half. Shooting the ball very well on the inside, not on the perimeter, but Romania even worse, 0 of 12 from three-point range. Protected the ball better tonight, Romania. Just haven't been able to shoot. Israel leads all scorers in the game with 10. Ortega has 6. Buta leads Romania with 6. Position going on in Spain on the Romanian bench. imagine Coach Tudor Costescu was saying, why did you not take the points when they were there? Machuca tried to fire the extra pass for the three. It's been a poor first half for Romania, a very good one for Spain though. Let's not take anything away from them. 27 points in the first quarter. Romania limited to 9 in the second as Spain poured in another 18. Not just about their offense. Spain have had 5 steals and 2 block shots in the game. Tyson Perez with the dunk off the turnover that time. Hammering home the point that Spain have been dominant. Brizuela knocking down their only 2 threes off 12 attempts. Both of them coming back in the first quarter, but Spain haven't needed any more. They've done so much damage on the interior, where they're shooting at 64%. Romania, in stark contrast, just 41% inside and 0 of 12 on the perimeter to make it just 26% from the field altogether. They've only hit 3 of their 7 foul shots as well. Had some tough nights in this qualifying campaign, Spain, including here on this court 2 nights ago. It's a pretty comfortable evening's work for them, it seems, here against Romania. And they've got 1 foot firmly planted at Eurobasket 2022. They will be there with a win this evening. They haven't needed too much from Kino Colom, who's only played the 7 minutes so far. After his big showing here against Israel on Saturday. He has dished 3 assists in those 7 minutes. We're probably seeing every Romanian field goal here because there haven't been many. Just 9 in the whole of the game so far. Francis Alonso has shown them how to shoot. This was one of the highlights, wasn't it? Falling down, Alberto Diaz still finding his international and club teammate, who then produced on the inside, spinning off one leg on the elbow as well. Spain have shown their strength in depth as well in the first half, spreading much of their scoring around. Ten different scorers. It'll be a comfortable night for Spain. They'll be able to spread the minutes around in the second half as well. We'll have a look at Romania's leading scorer, Rares Uta. Just 6 points for him so far, but he has hit 3 of his 4 field goal attempts. The only Romanian player really to have any kind of a joy in shooting the basketball. The next leading scorer is Dragoste, who's got 5 points off 2 of 5 shooting, and Lucas Doherton 4 points off 2 of 7. Rares Uta's done well though. He's also got 3 offensive rebounds in his 6.5 minutes on court. Just 22, the centre. And plenty of ability. And plenty of physicality at 2 meters 10. He'll want to impress going forward to get a better role on this Romanian team. Spain are still led by Dario Brizuela. All 10 of his points came in the first quarter. 10 points in 10 minutes for him in that first half, including a couple of threes. The only 2 threes that Spain have been able to hit so far. Them both down early. And since then, they haven't needed any more. They've poured in the points on the inside instead. Brizuela, 2 of 4 on the perimeter. And 2 of 3 on the inside as well. Shot the ball well before tonight in this campaign. 8.7 points per game, but only shooting at 30% from the field. Tonight it's been much better.
Lovely pass and finished off by Mirabilan. Larkin, thought about it, he's going to get it back again. Lovely feed, she goes up high! Dunks it home, Turkey rolling here in the first quarter.
Bosnia-Herzegovina, they're spraying free throws. And look at him go down, and now this time it's time for the swat from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Attacks. And that is unreal. What a finish. Attacks from the left-hand side, and he wraps the ball around.
Franca off the screen, finds Cope, hammers it home. Oh, that's a great find. Franca off the screen, on the money bounce pass.
Welcome back to Valencia, where Spain are very much in the driver's seat against Romania, and within touching distance now of officially booking their place at Eurobasket 2022. Coach Tudor Costescu and his team are pretty much on the cusp of bowing out. Set to go 0-4 unless they can produce a miracle in Spain tonight. It would leave them with Israel and Spain out of reach, and only Poland that they could mathematically catch. But to do so, Romania would have to win their final 2 games and see Poland lose their final 2 games, and they would have to overturn the 30 Played initially as Eurobasket 2021, but then becoming Eurobasket 2022. The idea is that the summer of 2021 hosts, of course, the Olympics instead. Everything pushed back a year. Start of the second half. Spain start with the ball in the 24-point lead. Tyson Perez. Around it comes to Alberto Diaz, moving it on. Chance to try and spin baseline. Goes at the second attempt. Bayran underneath. Far side of the paint, back towards the baseline. Can he get it to drop? No. Rebound, Katse. Katse only scored 1 point, missing all 3 of his shots in the first half. One of Romania's key players. He grabbed 6 rebounds and have a blocked shot. They've turned it over again here. Hung high. Tyson Perez couldn't quite get it to stick over the top of Katse. They move it on and around the perimeter. And Perez on the baseline drive. Showed his vertical leap on the previous attempt and then his burst down the baseline on the second attempt. There's a foul there. Confronted by Katse on both occasions. That's his 3rd foul. Spain just 11 of 16 from the strike now after that miss. Gets the second though, Tyson Perez. Six points for him. Chuka. To the far side it goes. Plenty of movement in the offense, but a poor pass. The entry pass surely intended for Katse. It was nowhere near him. Back out for Spain. They shifted on. They'll play in the half court now with Alberto Diaz. Brizuela still leading Spain with all of his points coming in the first quarter. Now Bayran going to work. Posting up again, spinning baseline, getting a look at the basket, rolling around Watson and scoring. First 3 points of the third quarter have gone the way of Spain. Chuka. Left hand, dribble drive, hanging it high, missing it. Perez comes away with it as Manchuka ends up down on the deck. It's been a tough night for the 19-year-old, as it has for just about everybody in yellow. Tyson Perez thinks twice about it, can't resist in the end. He was so wide open. It's not really his game. Head down, blazing to the basket, kicking out, moving it around the perimeter after the nice drive from Watson. Doesn't come to anything though. Watson gets it back in the corner. Dragoste putting the ball on the floor, slicing through the defense, still can't score. A battle for the rebound, poked away. And Perez, what a great save, down in the corner, wonderfully done by Tyson Perez. And now Spain coming forward into space, locked and loaded. Alberto Diaz can't hit the target, but an offensive rebound, and it goes for Guerrero Pino. Make it the first 5 of the second half for Spain. 3-point shot. Romania finally get one to fall on their 13th attempt from long range. Bogdan Popper, and it took them 23 minutes. Both teams have been terrible on the outside. Romania are only 1-3 behind Spain now. Brizuela, he's got both of their threes. Behind the back, trying to shake off Dragoste. Switches across onto the far side onto Gerbia, misses the shot. Rebound grabbed by Guerrero Pino. Watson still battling. Romania trying to show that fight for their country and their coach. As I mentioned before the start of the second half, there's plenty of young players, inexperienced players playing for pride, playing for minutes in future qualifying campaigns and tournaments. Dragoste, the 25-year-old point guard, onto Watson, back to Dragoste again. Right-hand dribble drive. Can he find the angles? No. Offensive rebound. They're showing some heart in this perilous position. Dragoste to Watson. Watson gets in behind Diaz, tries to move it on, rejected The defensive door slammed in the face of Romania, leading to the fast break razzle-dazzle. Big-time dunk from Tyson Perez. Spain's third block, and all of them have ignited transition offense and led to scores. No more spectacular than that one. Pirouette into the paint, high off the window. Will it go? No. Here's Watson. 28 is the margin now. And trying to spin towards the basket, and fouled is Rorezuta.
Segunda falta personal del jugador de España, Tyson Perez.
Jordan Watson's really playing with plenty of fire in his belly, but Romania just trying to make it look respectable. Spain keep on scoring, and the lead keeps on growing, despite the gritty display from Romania in the third quarter. It's had character, it's just not had quality. As the throw-ahead pass for Tyson Perez to take off again. We didn't see the block, unfortunately, on that replay. It led to the fast break. 28 the Spain lead. 16 minutes just under to play. Brizuela to the elbow, takes on the push shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound grabbed by Popper. Just about at the midway point of the third. Second foul on Brizuela. Swiping across the forearms of Dragoste. Jordan Watson. Around the screen goes Dragoste, and a foul. Spain's third of the third. It's Brizuela again. Uta. Dragoste. Popper. Bumping bodies with Tyson Perez. Two to shoot. Watson from deep. Off the mark. Spain down to grab it. Tyson Perez able to grab the handle on the ball. They're trying to make it a 30-point advantage. Midway point of the third. Alberto Diaz is fouled. Romania's third of the third. He's the man playing the longest minutes, Alberto Diaz at the moment. He'll go to the bench for a break as Kino Colom comes in. Colom having played just 7 minutes so far. There is the Brizuela. Away from Watson momentarily to the foul line. Colom. And it ripped off him by Gerbia. A turnover from Colom coming straight back into the game. He only turned the ball over once in the whole of the game against Israel. He dishes down the floor. Perez fouled hard by Gerbia. Romania sick of the sight of Tyson Perez dunking on them in transition. Second foul on Gerbia, the 22-year-old. Making sure Tyson couldn't take off again.
Yes. Tyson Perez, uno más.
A double-double is in sight for Tyson Perez, and just his second qualifying appearance in this campaign. 10 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal now. 6 of 8 from the foul line. 2 big dunks from the field. Spain by 30. 4.5 to play in the third. Gerbia. So Hurton able to grab it, almost turned it over. And another basket for Rares Uta, who has impressed in difficult circumstances.
Primera falta personal del jugador español Arteaga.
The 22-year-old centre, Rares Uta, off the pass from Toe Hurton, beating Arteaga at the basket, getting fouled, missing the and one though. Just 8 points in 9 minutes for Uta. 28 the gap. Francis Alonso back in, cross to the far side it goes, 3-point shot for Spain. Rebound grabbed by Romania. Looking forward quickly in transition is Toe Hurton. Toe Hurton to the far side, through a gap to Watson, back out Toe Hurton, scores. Those young Romanian players are playing hard, continuing to try and impress, despite being up against a very impressive Spanish side tonight. Such a tough first half for Romania. They've done much better here in the second so far, just a 9-7 third quarter to Spain. You can tell that the coach, Tudor Costescu, wasn't happy with them at half-time. They've come out with what seems like a bit of extra fight.
Yes.
Despite that fight, the Spanish lead grows and grows. Three and a half to play in the third quarter. Watson. Grasu. Got it! Stefan Grasu, the 17-year-old. The very youngest player on the roster trying to impress. Foul on Toe Hurton.
Tercera falta personal del jugador rumano Tometa.
Third foul on Toe Hurton. Romania at the foul limit for the third quarter. Colom at the line. Well, there's hard contact on the baseline as Francis Alonso took a fall. Big thud echoing around the arena. And then you turn the ball over. Colom, the foul was on Uta. Alonso okay, thankfully. Colom recovers the ball, moves it to Alonso. Alonso into the lane, trying to fire it into the low post. Back out of the broken play, step in, long-range two-pointer for Spain, rims out. So Hurton can travel at pace, looking forward, doesn't see anything he likes apart from the avenue to try and blaze to the basket. He's fouled by Alonso.
Segunda falta personal del jugador español Romero. Tiempo muerto.
So Hurton's at the line here. Spain have led by 30, Romania getting it back to 27. Hurton misses the second free throw though. Only 4 of 10 from the line. Colom to Alonso. Veteran to the youngster. Colom gets it back. Alonso always on the move. So too on the far side, trying to get free. On the opposite wing, get down the baseline was Lopez Arostegui, another young player. He just put his right foot on the baseline to turn it over. Only Spain's 7th turnover. Hurton. Get away from Colom and Alonso, gets it away off the foul line, one leg, nice shot. Soft touch finish falls for him. Colom trying to dish off to Ortega. Hurton's up to 9 points. In 13 minutes on court, 4 of 9 shooting. He's actually 4 of 5 on the inside, the 21-year-old point guard, but he's missed all 4 of his three-point attempts. Colom taking on Hurton, turning it over. Hurton grabs the loose ball. Now Colom has to try and keep up with the 21-year-old. He does, gets back into a defensive position. Screen moves him out the way though. Peter. Rebound Spain. Francis Alonso. Ortega. Colom. Work it around the perimeter. Francis Alonso, a little bit of footwork. Sidestep 3, doesn't go. Ortega the rebound. A fresh 14 on the shot clock. Kino Colom. Back-to-back missed threes. Spain are only 2 of 16 from three-point range, yet they sit here with a commanding 25-point lead. On another day against different opposition, they might well have been punished, as they were against Israel, who had plenty of offensive firepower here 2 days ago. Fortunately for Spain tonight, Romania's attacking arsenal has completely misfired. So Hurton swings it to the far side, three-point shot. It's blocked. Alonso to try and show them how it's done. He misses. Even one of the best statistically in Europe is missing threes now. Alonso's 0 of 3 from three-point range, shoots 52% for his club side in the Euro Cup this season. Oh, another block! The meandering dribble shut down emphatically. Alonso this time puts the ball on the floor, dishes off. Off the window it wouldn't go. And that will finish the third with a bit of a whimper. The big block, but limited offense from both teams as very much the feeling that Spain had the job done here by half-time. They took their foot off the accelerator in the third quarter. Just a 13-12 third quarter in Spain's favour. Although they still have a number of young players that should be playing for minutes going forward under Sergio Scariolo. Romania have even younger players, hoping to learn from being up against the world champions here tonight. Tyson Perez with the exclamation mark. And has been a dominant Spain performance for the vast majority. Morizuta has done well for Romania, the 22-year-old, who leads them in scoring with 8 points. In fact, he's been overtaken now by the 21-year-old Lucas Telherten, who's got 9. You can see from coach Scariolo's reaction that he still thinks there's plenty to play for here in terms of his team's development and the lessons being learnt by some of those young players and the way they can play together and learn to play with intensity in any given scenario. They certainly did there as Victor Arteaga got the block against his own backboard. Some glum expressions on Romanian faces though. It's been a long night for them and a steep part of the learning curve for those youthful players. Spain still tenacious on defense. You love to see that. Despite leading by 25. Telherten, he gets past Alonso though and scores. So it's been reduced from 30 to 23. Telherten up to 11 points to lead Romania. Lopez Arostegui for 3, fouled on it. Romania perhaps overly concerned about his three-point shooting ability, and they send him to the line for 3. He's 0 of 2 on the outside tonight, Lopez Arostegui, but he did hit 3 out of 4 on this court on Saturday. All 7 of his points tonight have come from the line, where he's still perfect. Spain have got there on a regular basis, hoping to go 22 of 27 from the stripe as a team. And they do. It's a turnover. Romania receiving the ball, far sideline. Werner stepping on the line. His coach asking the question. Staring a hole right through him as well. Such a wealth of talent at Spain's disposal. This is the world champions we're watching, but despite that, only 3 players on this roster for this qualifying window were with the squad at the World Cup in China last year. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of other players trying to play for minutes and play for limited spaces going forward into future campaigns and, of course, into the 2022 Eurobasket. Arteaga's played hard, 8 points, 4 of 5 from 2. Not just that, but his work on the defensive end has been superb. 3 block shots. Long range 2, and the 17-year-old gets another. Stefan Grasu, the future of Romanian basketball. Colom, he'll take on the 3, and he gets it. Kino Colom with just Spain's 3rd 3 of the night. That's his first 3 on his 3rd attempt. Low catch in the corner. Grasu moves it on across to the near side. Telherten. Telherten trying to shake off Alonso. Alonso in transition, puts the ball on the floor, gets past Grasu, spins onto the left and scores. Francis Alonso showing his array of offensive weapons. And the lead in this 4th quarter has stretched to evening's high 31. Alonso up to 7 points now. Make it 8. You can see the depth for Spain even on this roster by the offensive spread. So many players closing in on the 10-point mark. There's a foul on the baseline against the offense. Alonso getting his body in the way, plowed down to the ground by Telherten. Took a big hit for his team there, Francis Alonso. Krasu, the 17-year-old, goes to the Romanian bench. They've just picked up their 4th foul of the 4th already, and Telherten's 4th personal in the game. Colon, 7 points for him. Fakes the pass, takes on the defense himself and scores, make it 9. Telherten. Watson. 34 is the lead now for Spain. Oh, nice composure in the paint to get 2 defenders flying past him and then to get the contact on the way up, Bogdan Popper. Look at the little up fake here. Oh, 2 defenders past him. Didn't even really need to fake the shot, just hesitated, and that was enough. Can't complete the and one though. Alonso. Colom. Takes on a couple, gets in behind, left-hand layup falls. He becomes the 3rd Spanish player into double figures, and very swiftly so. Many of those points coming here in the 4th. Telherten getting in behind Alonso, switching on to his right hand to beat Yvette. Nice move from the 21-year-old. He's certainly given his coach plenty of encouragement. Lucas Telherten. 13 points now. It's not been a good night for Emmanuel Katse, who goes to the bench. Just 1 point, he's missed all 3 of his shots, 4 fouls now. Spain coming forward in transition. And they will score again off the offensive rebound. Jonathan Barrero backing up his teammate. Telherten, really fast, quick step, but rejected from behind by Xavi Rabaseda. Even when Romania have been able to get to the basket, Spain so often have been there to shut them down. A 6th block of the game. Brizuela battles his way to the basket, past 2 and then through a 3rd. Spain by 26, midway point of the 4th quarter. Brizuela up to 12 points. He leads his nation in scoring now. It's his first score, that was. And in transition, the big dunk. Romanian heads are hanging now as Barrero hammers that one down, but that was the first score for Brizuela since the 1st quarter on the previous attack. Watson to the passing lane was blocked. 4.5 to play. Watson on the low through the leg crossovers. Offensive foul and a turnover. They were protecting the ball fairly well in the first half, Romania, but we're up to 15 turnovers now. I think they only had 5 around half time. It's the moving screen from Batchu. So Hurton goes to the bench. Diaz moving it on, far side. Knocked out of bounds, still Spain ball as Rabaseda gets set to inbound. He's going to move away from it, in fact. Step back, three-point shot for Spain. Doesn't go down. Diaz trying to tip it and grabs it. Alberto Diaz, the smallest player on the floor for Spain. Brizuela. No look, bounce pass through the eye of the needle, and the pretty finish on the reverse. Off the baseline cut. Wonderful feed. Barrero up to double figures very swiftly now as well. It's a double-double for him, 11 points, 11 rebounds. 3 scores from the field in the last few minutes for him. Spain lead by 40. So only a few minutes ago they had plenty of players approaching double figures. They've got 4 into double digits now. And still have Lopez Arostegui on 9, Victor Ortega on 8. Alonso on 7, Bayran on 6. There could be a few more by the time this one is in the books. Far side, corner 3, strings it. Spain running riot. Rabaseda. He doubles his tally. Watson. Popper threatened the 3, clung on to it though. Shot clock winding down on Jordan Watson. On to the left, past Tyson Perez. No time to get the shot away. I'm not sure it would count, will it? Romania stuck on 41. Tudor Costescu, the head coach, very vocal. Has been very animated and had that expression on his face pretty much the whole evening. His team conceded the first 7 points and have had little joy since. Perez with the handoff. Brizuela. Brizuela with the floater. Won't fall. Offensive rebound. Lost it on the way down, though. Guerrero Pino. I think it was poked away by a Romanian player. Diaz to inbound. Hangs one up! Guerrero Pino couldn't complete what would have been a highlight reel play. Nor could he tip it at the second attempt. Watson. Final 2.5 minutes now. Turned over by Romania again. Here he comes, clear the runway. Tyson Perez. How apt that the man named Tyson provides the knockout blow. $12 points for Perez. Spain by 45. 2 minutes and change still to play. It's been a breakaway dunk show from Tyson Perez all evening long. And another block. It's been a block party in Valencia as well for Spain. They're 7th. Brizuela far side. Alonso step to the side 3. He's not quite set his radar right from downtown, the man who usually shoots it so sweetly. He's 0 of 4 now, Alonso. Might get another chance. Here he is. Alonso wasn't going to miss 2 in a row. He becomes the 5th Spanish player into double figures. .28 the lead, 90 seconds to play. Scoop layup wouldn't go, nor the rebound. Here comes Perez. High screen set by Guerrero Pino. Alonso to the far side again. Guerrero Pino won't shoot the long shot, so he's on his pivot foot trying to pick out a teammate, and he does on the bounce pass, and the flash into the paint for the layup. Spain lead by 50. Brizuela up to 14 points to lead them in scoring. And Tyson Perez doing his bit on defense there. Vertical leap getting in the way. Spain playing in first gear now. Know that the finish line is in sight. Know that Eurobasket 2022 is in sight. Tyson Perez to Brizuela. Three-point shot for him. Gets it. It's taken them long enough, but Spain have started to light it up from long range. Final offense, perhaps, from Romania here. Watson. 5 to shoot for Jordan Watson. Crosses over to the elbow. Wild shot. Rebound grabbed by Spain. Quick pass down the floor. Alonso. Will they show Romania some mercy? They do. They just cling on to it. The job was done at halftime, really. But Spain continued to pour in the points and to pile on the pain to Romania as they officially book their place at Eurobasket 2022 with a comprehensive win to bounce back from back-to-back defeats. Coach Sergio Scariolo's team win it 94-41 over Romania.
Nos vemos en la próxima. Hasta entonces, por favor, cuídense y sean felices. Muchas gracias.
Smiles all round after a couple of tough nights in this qualifying campaign against Israel and Poland. Spain back on track and officially booking their place at the tournament finals in 2022. Doing so with 2 qualifying games to spare in February. Picture of celebration and achievement from Spain. They've got a long way to go, the world champions. They'll have many of their star players for those tournament finals. Tournament finals that we know that Romania are not going to be at. Not quite officially yet, but it would take a miracle over the final 2 qualifiers for them. Spain with 5 double-digit scorers tonight, led by the 17 of Dario Brizuela. Shot 57% on the inside, struggled on the perimeter, got a few to go late on as part of a 36-point fourth quarter for them. 22 free throws. Romania shot it poorly from all distances and angles. Spain winning the battle on the boards in a big way as well. 10 steals and also 6 blocks. In fact, make it 7 on their stat line, so they did the job on the defensive end as well. And we see there 3 of their 5 double-digit scorers. I'll take you through all of them in a moment. Bayram with the score there. Had 6 points for Spain, who started strong, scored the first 7, never really looked back. The lead just continued to grow and grow. 20 offensive rebounds for them tonight as well. Alberto Diaz had 3 points, missing that time. Perez cleaning up. He was one of those double-digit scorers with 12, including 3 big transition fast break dunks. Here's the first. They had 11 points each from Barrero and Colom. 10 from Alonso, and 17 to lead the way from Dario Brizuela, 10 of which came in the first quarter, and then 7 in the fourth after going bare through the middle 2. Huta led the way for Romania in terms of his efficiency on offense. And Toherton performed well late on too. Lucas Toherton leading them in scoring with 13 points, 6 of 14 from the field. Huta, another young player, had 8 points or 4 of 6 shooting. But that was it. Nobody else had more than 5 for Romania, who fall to 0-4. despite a bit of promise for their future. Toherton, the 21-year-old, that time shut down, that time got it to go, continue to show no fear, play aggressive on offense, and try and learn from being up against a very good opponent tonight. Kino Colom didn't play much early on in the game, came in to finish with 11 points in 16.5 minutes, 4 assists as well. And Alonso was the last man to get to double digits, 10 points in 14.5 minutes for him. Really good spread on the offensive end from Spain. As well as the 5 in double figures, they had 9 points from Lopez Arostegui and 8 from Victor Arteaga, who also had 3 block shots and 6 rebounds. And it was a double-double for Jonathan Barreiro. Exploding for the dunk there, 11 points, 11 rebounds for him in the end. Alonso, usually so capable on the perimeter, finally got one to go after missing his first 4. They're sitting comfortably on the Spanish bench, and they're sitting comfortably even in 3rd in the standings because they are officially qualified for Eurobasket 2022. It would take a miracle for Romania now over the final 2 games, and Israel, of course, are there with a perfect 4-0 record. It's been a pleasure having your company here in Valencia for this qualifying group for FIBA Eurobasket 2022.
Okay, Francis, very important win for Spain to get the Eurobasket spot.
Yeah, definitely. I think our main goal was, to get ourselves into the Eurobasket, and we did it. We're really happy about it. I know it was a tough road, and we wanted to beat Israel. We couldn't, but